So it's not just Pornhub, right? Pornhub is owned by a parent company called MindGeek.
Okay.
Now, MindGeek has a monopoly on the global big porn industry. So we call it big porn because there's big porn, just like there's big tobacco, there's big pharma, there's big porn, and it's dominated by one company. That company was called MindGeek. They rebranded to ILO to try to escape their reputation as peddlers of crime.
They call it free. Free to click, free to watch, free to consume endlessly. But here's the truth. Nothing on the internet is truly free. And in the world of online adult entertainment, the cost is far higher than you think. Behind every so-called free site is a machine, a multi-billion-dollar industry built not just on pleasure, but on profit, power, and in some cases, exploitation. So how do these sites actually work? Let's pull back the curtain.
Pornhub was the flagship site, so this was the cash cow of the company. This is how not only are they making money on 4.6 billion ad impressions every day and all of the traffic they're getting, but they're advertising their pay sites on the free sites, right? So they kind of have this ecosystem where they advertise browsers on Pornhub and drive traffic to all of the other websites that they... Content is king for the PornTube sites. You have to understand this, that it's about getting unrestricted, massive amounts of content so that they could get picked up in Google search results, so that they can drive massive amounts of traffic, so they can sell all those ad impressions and make hundreds of millions of dollars a year on free porn, okay?
These platforms look like they're giving everything away for nothing. But in reality, you're paying with your attention, your data, and sometimes your security. Every click, every search, every second you stay on a page is tracked. That information is sold to advertisers, marketers, even shadowy third parties you'll never hear about. The truth is, a small number of powerful companies control most of the so-called free porn industry. They run multiple sites under different names, creating the illusion of variety. But whether you click on one site or another, chances are the money flows back to the same source. That's not diversity, that's monopoly. So where does the profit come from? Ads, premium upgrades, stolen content, and sometimes even data mining. The banner ad you ignore, the pop-up you accidentally click, the subscription you buy because of exclusive content, all of it feeds the machine. And while you think you're the customer, you're not. You're the product. Here's where it gets darker. In some cases, content is uploaded without consent. Performers don't always get paid. Videos are stolen, re-uploaded, and monetized by corporations that never created them. And that means your clicks may be fueling exploitation without you even knowing it.
It was the second time. The first time was more so, do you want to do this? Like, sign the paperwork, et cetera, et cetera.
So these guys, they just saw you, frankly, as a money machine.
Absolutely.
But you still had no advisors, you had no lawyer, you had no nothing. So
I was 20, what 21-year-old has a lawyer on retainer?
I'm just trying to get my head around how stressful this must have been, and whether even now, because you sit here so poised and obviously a lot of time has passed and you've moved on, but do you think there is some sort of post-traumatic stress that is in you from this experience?
Yes, and I think it kicks in mostly when I go out in public, because the stares I get, I feel like people can see through my clothes, and it brings me deep shame. It makes me feel like I lost all right to my privacy, which I did, because I'm one Google search away.
Yeah, and those images you cannot expunge. You have no right, even though it is deeply personal to you, you have no right to remove them from anybody's view around the world.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
It is.
And I'm just thinking, this isn't, I mean, this story is your story, but frankly, it's also the story of other porn actors and actresses. I
honestly started seeing that recently after the interview came out, and people started reaching out, and all of the emails go, my manager checks them, and when he gets stuff like that, he filters them and sends them to me. And reading the words of some of these girls who have been sex trafficked and forced into porn, and all of these stories of girls whose lives have been ruined by it, and by men who have taken advantage of them, and by contracts that they didn't even understand the jargon of. It makes me feel like, okay, maybe it was good that I started talking and that I posted this interview and that I'm speaking out now, because other people feel the same way.
So the next time you see free, ask yourself, free for who? Free for the viewer maybe, but for the performer, for the industry worker, for your privacy? Someone, somewhere, is paying the price. And the ones who profit most are not the people on camera, but the companies in the shadows, pulling the strings. The illusion of free is powerful, but once you know the truth, you can't unsee it.